Good afternoon, everyone. Let me try that again. Good afternoon, everyone. Yes. On behalf of the Owens Campus Employee Hall of Fame Committee, welcome to our 30th Annual Hall of Fame Induction Ceremony. As stated in your program, the Hall of Fame is a tribute to full-time Owens Campus employees who have served the college with distinction and have contributed to the growth, quality, and public acceptance of Delaware Technical Community College. The Hall of Fame Committee is honored to recognize Paul Selby as the 30th inductee to the Owens Campus Employee Hall of Fame. To employees and retirees of Delaware Tech and to our special guests, thank you for joining us today to honor Paul. Please allow me to make just a few introductions. From the Office of the President, we are honored to have Executive Vice President Dr. Justina Thomas. And from Owens Campus, our Owens Campus Vice President and Campus Director, Dr. Bobby Behrens. We are also pleased and honored to have Paul's wife, Donna, sons Myron and Zachary, grandson Cameron, granddaughter Cadence, brother and sister-in-law Clarence and Shirley, sisters Adrian and Vanessa, and many of Paul's other family members and good friends with us to celebrate his induction into the Hall of Fame. Again, please welcome me in welcoming all of them. Thank you all for coming. To begin our celebration, we will have some lunch, and during this time, I hope you enjoy some pictures of Paul on the screen. I'm sure you will agree these pictures really capture his dedication to Delaware Tech. Small caveat, the marketing department had a very hard time finding a lot of pictures of Paul because he did not like to be the center of attention and did not like his photo taken. We will now have lunch and we'll follow the direction of Lighthouse Cove. But before Lighthouse Cove starts, I'm going to start with the two tables here. The family and friends, you can go ahead and start in our buffet line, and then after that we'll have the Delaware Tech table. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. What a perfect day at the Owens campus to celebrate a very deserving and amazing retiree. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We can clap for that. I'm a clapper. Events like this are just amazing, but I know that you all know too, they don't come together without amazing committee. And I sit in on that committee, but I can tell you this committee does all the work. And we have a Hall of Fame committee, and I want to thank them for their commitment to honoring our outstanding Delaware Tech employees. And I want to point out that this committee isn't just consisting of current employees. We have retirees on this committee who probably feel like they can never get off the committee, sorry. And they also help us with identifying and selecting the honoree and preparing for today's event. So I am going to ask the committee members to stand. You're welcome, Bonnie. I know you're going to kill me for this. Please stand and remain standing when I call your name, and we'll applaud everyone as a group. So, yep, Dr. Janelle Schellebarger, Bonnie Atkins, Tam Black, Twanya Dunn, Dr. Bonnie Hall, Brian Rogers, the one and only Karen Swain, Lynn Wajda, Fred Walls, Wendy Ward, Nicole Windsor, and Shannon Wright. Thank you all for all of your work. I hope you all enjoyed your lunch. Why don't we give Lighthouse a round of applause? It was delicious. So thank you, our friends at Lighthouse. We appreciate you. I would also like to recognize our past Hall of Fame honorees in attendance today. You probably saw their pictures when you entered today, scrolling on the screen. So again, when I call your name, I'm going to ask you to stand and remain standing so we can applaud you as a group. So I saw Denise Gooch here. And then we have Terry Johnson. I saw Terry in a snazzy jacket. I like that. Butch Lee. Anna Legate's bestie. I saw Anna come in. Hi, Anna. Sarah Lewis. Is Sarah here? Oh, she was supposed to be here. Meryl Moore. Oh, back there she is. There you go. Meryl Moore. I knew Meryl was here. He never misses a good lunch. Meryl also is still on our development council because I won't let him get off of that either. So thank you, Meryl. And Lois and Walt Studi are here. So welcome. Let's congratulate our past honorees. You guys stay standing for a minute because I'd like to get all Delaware Tech retirees who are in the house to stand up because there are a lot of you. So will you all stand up? And let's give them a round of applause. Thank you for coming home. Welcome home, and we hope you'll continue to come back often. At the end, we would like to get a group photo of all of our retirees. If you could all come up to the stage at the end. We love to get a picture when you all come home. So if you would do that, we would appreciate that. I really do love this event for a lot of different reasons, but mainly because it provides the college an opportunity to thank those who have contributed so much to the college, this campus, our students, our team members, and our community. Paul Selby is so deserving of this recognition. I love that, amen. I personally never had an opportunity to work with Paul because he retired and then I came. But I have to tell you, in typical Paul Selby fashion, when I was introduced to him for the first time, and then every time I saw him on campus after that, he immediately made me feel at home and like I was part of the Delaware Tech family. And that's who Paul is, right? That's who he is. And he not only did that for me, but he did that for our students. It's what he did for many of you. In fact, I see some Jason High School graduates out in the audience today, and I know that he extended the same warmth and support and caring to all of you as well. And so I thank you, Paul, for that, the impact that you've made on so many lives. And when I reflected on all that's been shared with me about Paul during this planning phase, but even before, as I came to the college 18 years ago and got to know Paul, I thought about this quote from Roy T. Bennett. And Roy Bennett is the author of an inspirational book called The Light in the Heart. And the quote is, "Shine your light and make a positive impact on the world. There is nothing so honorable as helping improve the lives of others." So thank you, Paul, for shining your light and making a positive impact on the lives of so many. Please join me in congratulating Paul. So at this time, I'd like to invite Reverend Wilford Oney to the podium to share some remarks. By the way, Reverend Oney was an academic counselor at Delaware Tech too, so we claim everybody in here. So come on up, Wilford.
Wow, everybody's so quiet. Good afternoon. It's so good to see so many familiar faces. I think the older you get, sometimes you kind of forget the names, but it's so good to see you all this afternoon. Good afternoon again. It has been said that you never give a preacher a microphone because he don't know when to shut up and sit down. But Donna, let me just tell you that you don't have to worry about that today. My wife, Veronica, told me to write it down, write my remarks down, so that I do not exceed my time. But I think she's trying to tell me something, Paul. She's trying to tell me maybe that my sermons are too long on Sunday. But I am Reverend Wilford Oney, a 2023 retiree of 27 years of service with this great institution of higher learning, Delaware Technical Community College. Thank you, Janelle, for your communications regarding the logistics for this great occasion. Thank you. On Tuesday, April 1st, around 2 p.m., I received a call from Paul, and we exchanged greetings. He says something like, what am I interrupting? Am I interrupting anything, or I'm disturbing anything? And I said to him, man, I'm a retired person. I'm sitting here in my recliner watching Gunsmoke. So no, you are not disturbing anything. He then shared that he had two requests. The first one was an invitation to the Hall of Fame on this day as he was being inducted into the Hall of Fame. I responded with, yes, certainly. There's nothing on my calendar. I'm good with that. The other request he made was personal. He wanted to know if I would speak on his behalf. Now, let me just say, folks, I thought it was an April Fool's joke. Remember, it was on April 1st, which was April Fool's Day. But I said that I would do it and that I was honored to have been asked, and I humbly accepted the task. I've known Paul for over 5 decades. He and his family, with their humble beginnings, his father, his mother, sisters and brothers. I actually even knew his grandparents. So, well, I guess I'm kind of dating myself with that, but even knew them. I knew their humble beginnings in a small town or community known as Ross Point, which was just east of Laurel. And over the years, this family have shared, and they continue to share their gifts and their talents and their wisdoms, not just to the Ross Point community, but also other communities in the county. Now, I'm going to get a little personal. Paul, you have been very instrumental in my professional career. As a matter of fact, you were the Dean of Student Services, that's what it was called then, when I started as a student enrichment coordinator here at the Owens campus. It was then that I saw you as an amazingly humble leader as you interacted with the staff, the students, and the administrators to fulfill the mission of Delaware Tech. You became my role model and my mentor, and you probably never even knew that. I recall the many times that we had conversations whenever I was able to go through Susan White to get to you. Whether it be in your office or my office, on campus, walking around. Sometimes we would even take a ride during lunch just to have some conversation, both personal and professional, just when I needed it the most. Sometimes, though, all I needed was a good laugh from you. Your advice after our conversations would always be for me to remain humble, remain humble, remain humble. Those words stick with me right today. Paul, with your guidance, your mentorship, your encouragement, and your support, I have achieved my goal both personally and professionally by becoming that academic counselor at the Stanton and Wilmington campuses of Delaware Tech. You have made me a better person, a better husband. I'm able to enjoy a better life because of you. I would like to end my remarks by saying this. At the end of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's sermon, The Drum Major Instinct, on January 4th, 1968, he quoted the lyrics to an old hymn as he reflected on his desire to be remembered for serving others. I'm also reminded of the late Dr. Cora Norwood Selby, who also quoted the same lyrics after many of her speeches. It goes like this. If I can help somebody as I pass along, if I can cheer somebody with a word or song, if I can show somebody he's traveling wrong, then my life will not be in vain. Paul, Myron, Norwood, Selby, you are the I in that hymn, and I am the somebody in that hymn. Your living has not been in vain. God bless you, and congratulations on your induction into the Delaware Tech Community College Owens Campus Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Reverend Oni, for sharing such great memories about Paul. Now I would like to invite Paul and his family, Dr. Thomas and Dr. Perrins, to come forward and join me on the stage. Delaware Technical Community College proudly inducts Paul Selby into the Owens Campus Employee Hall of Fame. You may unveil the plaque.
Paul, I know you want to say a few words. Don't try to get off this stage. You see, I had to grab his arm. It's like Denise Gooch all over again. Come on over, Paul. Congratulations.
To receive such an honor is truly humbling for me. I stand here primarily representing those whose shoulders I stood upon. Those who were before me, teaching and leading, pulling me along, forward the ones from behind who were pushing me, encouraging, motivating me to continue on. And then there were those who have been beside me, assisting whatever the efforts, supporting me in everything I've ever tried to do. I'm not just speaking about family, I'm talking about so very many of you that are here. I'm representing all of those before me. As a youngster, I first heard a song, and the first line goes something like, if, when you give the best of your service. And it goes from there and gives instruction and guidance. In later years, I was introduced to another one. And no, Wilford and I did not talk about this at all. But this particular one really did become my life theme. And it goes something like, if I can help somebody as I pass along, if I can cheer somebody with a word or song, if I can show somebody he is traveling wrong, then my living shall not be in vain. Then my living shall not be in vain. Then my living shall not be in vain. If I can help somebody as I pass along, then my living shall not be in vain. If I can do my duties as a good man ought, if I can bring back beauty to a world upright, if I can spread the love's message that the Master taught, then my living shall not be in vain. Then my living shall not be in vain. Then my living shall not be in vain. If I can help somebody as I pass along, then my living shall not be in vain. Thank you, Delaware Tech, for the opportunities and especially for so many precious memories. Thank you.
So Paul and Donna don't get to take this big plaque home. We're going to put that in the Hall of Fame. But we did to get together something for Paul to take home. That is a copy of the plaque and the program. So this is for you, Paul. Congratulations. Congratulations. Well, thank you all for being here today as we honor one of the best. And we look forward to hanging Paul's plaque next to all the others, the 29 others, because this is the 30th year. So thank you all for coming. If our retirees would make their way up here towards the stage, we'd love to get a picture of all of you that have come today. We're so happy that you came home, and we thank you for everything you've done to make the campus what it is today. So we love all of you, and we hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.